Hello, trading is closed on April 23rd, 2021. We always start with our disclaimer. This is my plan for Monday, April 26, 2021. I can be completely wrong. Trade at your own risk. Please follow my rules. We look for the pattern with the early low, and there it is. And Monday should also have the early low. We had a target after this big drop that we'd recover to 41.6286, which we did, and we said normally we should recover this high fast. We should recover this whole big drop quickly and completely, and we did that as well. This is just a review of what the calls were. So let's see what the system had to say today. Here it gave a sell signal, but it also targeted a higher price. Again, the system gives targets, not entries, exits, and since the market can go up or down, it's not unusual for the system to say we go up or down. Now we had a big drop right at the end after the whole rally, so we can't forget about the Mark's weekly indicators, which completed today. These things have failed over and over, but when he has sequential and combo and alignment like this, when it works, it's supposed to start working within 3 weeks, but the ones that really pay off drop right from the word go. So if we do drop right from the word go, it's a long way down. Doesn't mean that's going to happen, just means if that happens, that's what to look for. Well, I didn't have too much time to look at the market today, but this sure looks like 5 waves up to me. We had resistance at 41.79.57, resistance at 41.85.47, cleared resistance but couldn't hold it as we closed under multiple highs right after rallying all day long and right after hitting a new all-time high. What you want to see when you hit a new all-time high is for prices to keep going up, not to close under multiple prior highs. In particular, you don't want a whole rally like this to give back all the gains from the middle of the day right at the end. And that's particularly true on the Friday. The least likely time for individuals to sell is when it's a new all-time high on the Friday and you're rallying all day long. The individual investor really doesn't have any reason to sell. I mean, he's bullish. Individual investors I read have put more money in the market in the last 6 months than they had in the previous 12 years, if I remember that right. So bullishness is at a major extreme. Friday trending like this hardly it's the least likely time to have a reversal. And all of a sudden we have this big drop, which you could argue is a wall. And if it is a wall, we'll gap over it. But this sure looks like 5 waves up. And if that's not what it is, how do you count it? And that's on the short-term picture. And this is the long-term picture. These ratios haven't really changed. That's a clear 5 waves up. In wave C, I'm certain there's probably some other way to count this. I haven't had too much time to look at things. But up till now, I've been saying I wasn't certain the high was in. Right now, I'm going to say I'm not certain it's not. I haven't had much time to analyze things. So Monday's pattern has early low. We could still gap up. Typically, it's a rally day with a fine lower high. Early weakness turns the tables. More weakness usually follows soon thereafter, even if the rest of the day trends up. We rallied to a new all-time high, couldn't close over resistance or recent prior highs. Wave count shows a clear 5 waves up, followed by an impulse down. Sentiment indicators are off the charts and they have been for weeks. Markets just aren't supposed to top on Fridays. That's not supposed to happen, but today might be a candidate for breaking the rule. What the bulls need to do is to rally early and invalidate the pattern. We haven't had a sharp move down yet, but if we do get one Monday, if that happens, it could have legs. This is not bullish action at the end of the day. It isn't a bullish count. It isn't bullish sentiment indicators. If we open down sharply, which hasn't happened yet, but if we do, that could have been it for this move up. Not saying it yet because that hasn't happened yet, but it certainly is a strong candidate. Remember, we've had strong candidates before which didn't work, but that's a strong one. And that's today's call.